In this episode, we are going to take a look on batch drawing using the ShapeElementList class. So in the previous video, what we did is we drew every of this shape one by one. The problem with this approach is that we are sending instructions from the CPU to the GPU multiple times every draw call, and this onDraw method runs 60 times in a second. So here we have, I don't know how many. Here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 shapes to draw. So this means that it has to communicate every frame 9 times with the GPU, which is not a very efficient way of drawing things. So instead of this, we are going to use a ShapeElementList, which creates a batch, and we are going to only use one draw call, and with that one draw call we are going to draw the whole batch at once. So let me go for a moment to the documentation, and here you can find under the API reference again, and here are the shape lists. Open this up, and here you will find some of the shapes what we can draw. So here it starts with create_line, create_polygon, create_rectangle, and so on. And in the previous video we used the draw_line, draw_rectangle, and so on. And here you will find also the shape class and also the ShapeElementList. So let's click on this and let's read about this. So a ShapeElementList is a list of shapes that can be drawn together in a bag for a better performance. ShapeElementLists are suited for drawing a large number of shapes that are static, so they are not moving. If you need to move a lot of shapes, it is better to use Pyglet's shape system. Okay, so let's create this ShapeElementList. Here I already prepared a basic code and I added this comment for ShapeElementList for batch drawing. So let's create this shape element object, and you can do this by this command. So arcade.shapelistModule.the ShapeElementList class. So let's instantiate this object, and I'm just going to call it batch. Under the hood it creates a batch. So if I open up the documentation, here is the init function, and here you will find that it has this append method and it creates a batch, and it just appends the item to the batch. Okay, and now I'm going to create 3 ellipses, 1 triangle and 1 rectangle. So let me start with the first ellipse. So I'm just going to call it ellipse 1 using the arcade.shapelist.createEllipse field. So this will create a filled ellipse. So we have to give it a center X and a center Y, so this is its position, and a width which will be 50, and the height which will be also 50, and the color will be arcade.color.rose. And let's add this shape to the batch using this command. So self.batch.append ellipse 1, and now we can draw this batch. So here in the onDraw method, after the clear method, I can call the self.batch.draw method. Let's run it, and now as you can see we have this pink circle. Okay, let's create 2 more ellipses. So ellipse 2 will be arcade.shapelist.createEllipse_outline, so this will be outline ellipse, and its position will be at 640 and 360. Its width and height will be 50 and 80, and its color will be red. And also I'm going to create an ellipse 3. Okay, the ellipse 3 will be equal to arcade.shapelist.createEllipse field with colors, and here we are giving its position, so 840 and 360 xy, width 50, height 80, its outer color will be red, and its inner color will be blue, and the tilt angle is 0. So let me add this ellipse 2 and ellipse 3 also to the batch. So I'm just going to duplicate this line, and here I'm going to add ellipse 2 and here ellipse 3, and let's run it. Okay, this first ellipse is a circle because it has the same width and height, 50 by 50. The second is this outlined ellipse, and the third ellipse is this one, so this ellipse filled with colors. And as you can see, it has an inner color and an outer color. So rather, outer color is red and the inner color is blue. And if you want to set the tilt angle, so you can set it also here. I'm just going to give it, for example, 45 degrees. So after I set the tilt angle, it is tilted 45 degrees. Okay, so as you can see, now we are drawing 3 ellipses, but we are only using one draw call. So let's add 2 more shapes to this batch or this shape element list. Okay, the next shape will be a triangle, and I'm going to use the arcade.shapelist.create polygon. So with this method, create polygon, you can create all sorts of other shapes, for example, pentagon and so on. And here I'm just going to give it a point list, which is a tuple of tuples. So the first vertex of the triangle, the second vertex, and the third vertex of the triangle. And the triangle's color will be blue. Let's add this triangle also to the batch. So self.batch that append the triangle. Let's run it. And here is our blue triangle. And the last shape I'm going to add to this batch will be a rectangle shape. So rectangle equals arcade.shapelist.create rectangle field. You can also create outline if you want. Here is the position, so 100 and 360, so XY, width and height. Width is 100 and the height is 150, and its color will be green. And let's add it also to the batch. So self.batch.append the rectangle. So as you can see, a shape element list is very useful if you want to draw multiple shapes with only one draw call. And with this method, you will also make your program much more efficient.